Coffee with Andy.
Good morning. Time for another cup of coffee with Andy. It's really hot. So we haven't done a lot of videos lately. I've been slack. I can put up all kinds of excuses, but I've been slack. But we've seen some amazing things. But I wanted to do a quick video this morning to tell you we're all fine, and we're in Salem, Massachusetts. I know that there's a hurricane barreling on Florida right now, going to be coming up the East Coast, but we're in Massachusetts because we had a plan before we ever got into hurricane season. We got back from the Bahamas, we knew we wanted to go north, and we ended up going a lot further north than we originally planned, so we spent a lot of time in Maine while our friends and family were sweating everything all over in Atlanta, and then everywhere else in the South was just roasting. We had contend with some days where it didn't get out of the 60s. I know we're suffering, but we're fine right now. We're just above Boston. If you look at a map, Massachusetts curls out, and P-Town's out at the very end of the curl, which if you haven't read about Bear Week, go look it up. We're just above Boston. We're only about 2 hours away, about 10 miles or so, maybe even less than that now. Went to the Peabody Essex Museum yesterday, which was incredible. It was kind of like the Winchester Mystery House, but museum. I'm not going to try to catch you up with everything we've done because there's just so much, but I just want to tell you guys that we're good. Our plan is we're moving to Boston probably this afternoon, and I've got to get staged down there and do a couple of last minute purchases because I fly out on Sunday to go to California for a couple of weeks for a contracting job. And while I'm gone, Tracy and the boys are going to move from Boston down to New York. And we're watching all the storms that might be building, or watching developments off the coast of Africa. But she still has the ability to keep going north if she needs to get out of harm's way. The cooler waters aren't as conducive to a storm building or maintaining power. So that's why we're up here. We're up here because we don't want to run air conditioner all the time. You can actually hear our generator running right now because we haven't been moving a lot lately, and we're really far north, so the solar isn't as effective. And because we're not moving a lot, we're not running our engines a lot, so I'm just burning a little bit of gasoline in the generator to make some power, because when I leave her and the boys on Sunday, I want to make sure that water's full, batteries are full, the tanks are full. The boys have been doing a good job. They're fueling the boat. They're taking care of a lot of the subsystems for me. And I've really just stepped back and washed my hands of a couple of things. Now, I'm spending a lot of time doing math, and we'll get into that later. We've talked about it before. But I'm probably going to piece together a day in the life video as well, in addition to this coffee with Andy, just to show you what's going on. I mean, Tracy, not only is she the captain, the skipper, so many things to us and to the boat. She's also the cosmetologist on the boat, so she'll be cutting everyone's hair today. I look a little scruffy. We're going to do that. We're going to run into town because I realized yesterday that I don't even have a zippered bag that I can check for luggage. So I'm going to go to a thrift store here. We might pick up something in Boston. We'll see. But we're good. So much to tell you guys. We'll do a big video with Tracy and I here before I leave, just to catch you up, and it might be a long one. That's okay. But we've seen so many beautiful things. The schooners and all the sailing ships that people pay big money to go out on a 1 or 2 hour trip on are gorgeous, especially coming back in the harbor at sunset. Camden, Maine was beautiful. Portsmouth, New Hampshire. It's one of my favorite places. Gloucester, Massachusetts. Awesome place. It was one of those places that every time you went to leave, you found something else you wanted to stay a little bit longer. We've had some great seafood, some halibut, just for the halibut. I've got some a tuna and some swordfish steaks in the freezer right now, and the boat's running great. Knock on wood. A little vibration from that, me knocking on that. The engines are doing great. When I get back, they'll be due for, when I get back to the Chesapeake area, they'll be due for an oil change. But while I'm gone, I'll be working during the day, but I can also monitor the boat through all kinds of telemetry. I can tell wind speed, wind direction. I can tell if we're motoring, or if we're at anchor. I can tell status of the batteries, how much solar we're getting in. I can tell propane levels. I can't tell my tank levels on my fresh and diesel yet, but I'm working on that with a cool company that makes ultrasonics. Mopica, love them. Actually got to beta test some of their products, some of their top-down sensors. They're still delayed on that, getting production pre-samples. So we're good. We're out of the cone of the hurricane. We'll probably get some rain from that later in the week, but that should not affect us. Thank you all for texting, messaging, checking in on us. And for now, I'm going to enjoy some coffee and finish some math. Getting ready to make some hot water so Tracy can cut everybody's hair. Talk to you later. Until next time, pick up after yourselves. Spay and neuter your pets. There's my shout out to Bob Barker. Tell your friends and family you love them. Peace out.